Hey, what's going on, everybody? You tuned in to another No Time for Talk, Just Time for Action podcast. And today we're going to be going over something that could possibly help when we talk about stopping veterans committing suicide. I was reached out to this weekend. I had somebody who didn't quite understand the petition process, who didn't know that maybe this was an option. So I decided, hey, why don't we do a video on how to do petitions? There are tons and tons of resources out there on how to petition somebody who is a danger to themselves, danger to others. You can look up these options, you can go to these different places, and they will help you ASAP if that's something that you want to do. So I'm just going to give you guys an overview, and hopefully if you have brother, sister, mom, dad, uncle, who may be kind of at their wits' end, or maybe this is a possible last option. Maybe this is something that can help you out, and maybe this is something that saves their lives. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I was able to find this resource, which is actually pretty good. Let me find it here. Which is pretty good, which kind of goes through all the steps from beginning to end. We're going to talk about all this stuff. And again, this is just a general overview. Basically, if you call any one of these places that can help, they can help you ASAP. So if you're somebody who is in this situation, if you have a veteran who, maybe having suicidal thoughts, maybe talking about harming themselves, talking about harming you, then let's go through this, and maybe this is an option that you can utilize in that situation. So urgent psychiatric care, NAMI, community bridges, CPAC. Once you call these individuals, and I'll link to all these people in the link below, they can help you do these petitions. What I really want to get to is we're going to scroll down here, and this kind of breaks everything down for you. So when is petitioning a person appropriate? When a proposed patient is an immediate danger to hurting themselves or others and refuses or is unable to decide to receive voluntary treatment. So what does that mean? Are they making statements telling you that, hey, I'm going to kill myself? Hey, I'm going to do something to harm myself because I don't want to live anymore? Are they possibly not taking medication or treatment or court order treatment that maybe, they need to live or survive? Are they making threats towards you? Are they doing things towards you that could harm you? If you have these articulable facts, these may be enough facts to get you a petition to get this individual in to get some help if they need it. When we talk about filling out the application form, who is the applicant on the petition? That's you. Who can fill out the petition? An adult who's at least 18 years or older. When we talk about what happens once I complete the petition is reviewed by, again, UPC, CBI provider. They review the statements written on the petition and make the determination that the behavior described in the document warrants a proposed patient to be picked up involuntarily and brought in for the evaluation. If the petition is accepted, a pickup order will be sent to police. Upon receipt, the police will go to the location and pick up the patient. The patient will be brought to UPC, CBI, and admitted to the observation unit for an evaluation. So that's very important. There's a lot going on right there. Realize if an officer does call you for a petition, or if they contact you because you wanted a petition, hey, let them know, are there any weapons in the house, any medication? Is there anything that you may not have put on that petition? Because obviously the police are going to want to know. The police aren't not trying to get in shootouts or anything like that. They want to help these individuals. So please let them know if they contact you, any extra insinuating circumstances that you may not put on a petition. Once I complete the petition and it is accepted, can I cancel the petition if I change my mind? No, once the petition has been reviewed by the provider and accepted, a pickup order will be issued. The applicant cannot cancel the petition. Only the provider can retire the petition. How long is the petition good for? Right here it says there's no expiration date on the petition. For example, if you completed the petition for a family member or a friend and the police have difficulty locating the patient for pickup, the petition is still valid until either the patient picked up and brought in for evaluation, or the provider decides to retire the petition. When then do I hear, or why then do I hear the petition can expire? In the scenario above, we are speaking about the legal documentation that is proposed, that a proposed patient had not been picked up by the police and brought into by UPC. Once the patient is brought in involuntarily admitted to UPC, the legal clock starts clicking. You generally have 24 hours to evaluate and make a determination if the patient needs to continue with the court-ordered evaluation process, or the patient is willing to receive voluntary treatment and he and she transfers to another behavioral health facility. When you are a witness on a petition, what does that mean? Do I have to go to court? If you are a witness on a petition was accepted and it has been decided by a UPC provider that the proposed patient needs court-ordered treatment, then you will be expected to testify regarding the behaviors you observed. You will be served a subpoena by the court to attend. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. When you go to fill out the form, the applicant, if somebody's a witness, make sure you put them on there, because when you go to when you go to court and you explain everything that's going on, the judge is going to make a determination based on your statements, based on the witness's statements. They're going to make the determination right then and there if this individual needs court-ordered treatment. I mean, when we talk about why you wrote the petition in the first place, this might be a scenario where you might say, you know what, I'm going to go to court because I realize, my loved one, my family member, whoever, they possibly might need court-ordered treatment and they're not going to go get themselves. And if I continue to allow these events to unfold, hopefully, or they may commit suicide, and that's not what we want. So, how many witnesses do you have to have on a petition? You're only required to have one witness on an emergent petition, which can be the applicant, in order to get the proposed patient evaluated involuntary. However, once the patient is evaluated at UPC, provider decides that they are in need of court-ordered treatment, a second witness is needed. So there you go. 2 witnesses is better than 1. Again, you as the applicant can obviously fill it out, but the more witnesses you have, the better. Will I be contacted by UPC once the patient is brought in? The applicant will be contacted regarding the petition. However, without a release of information signed by the patient, UPC staff cannot give you any information regarding the patient's treatment. And that's just to cover, both sides. UPC or CBI, they don't want to be giving out, information to everybody. So if you want to have or want to know what's going on, you're going to need to sign, let's see, that release of information. And the person who is brought in is going to have to sign that release of information. They're going to have to give you consent to know what's going on with them. What does it mean when a petition is dropped? This phrase means that the patient was evaluated and it is what was determined that the patient, in the provider's opinion, is not in need of being placed on court-ordered treatment. There are many reasons as to why the provider would come to this conclusion. It could be that the patient agrees to receive voluntary treatment, or that the behaviors reported in the petition were unsubstantiated. So again, this is where witnesses come in. This is where all the facts, the articulable facts that you have on this particular individual are going to come into play. So make sure you're very, very, very detailed on these petitions about what's going on. Can I visit my family or friend? There are no visiting hours on the observation unit. Once my family member has been brought to the UPC, who can I talk to about treatment? As mentioned earlier, in order for staff to share information, you have to sign the release of information. So This is a bit of good information. This is about at least the best information that I found on the web. Obviously, if you call UPC, you call CBI, you call NAMI, Maricopa County Crisis Line, the Veterans Crisis Line, they should absolutely be able to walk you through the process of getting a petition. Hell, even if you called your local police department, they should tell you where to go to file a petition on an individual that you feel is a danger to themselves or danger to the others. If you guys like what I've said in this video, if you guys like the videos that I'm producing, please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the only way these videos get out. That's the only way this information gets out. This information that I'm kicking out definitely could help veterans in crisis situations. So again, this is just a complete overview. The form, again, it's very, very simple. It's going to ask, obviously, the applicant's name, who the person is, height, weight, physical characteristics, and basically why you believe they're a danger to themselves and danger to others. Be very detailed, very, very detailed. If officers call you, let them know if there's any weapons, if there's any kind of habits, if the person's gonna fight, please let them know that information because obviously the officer's role is they want to be able to get to the veteran and get them the help they need. It's not to get into a knockout, drag out fight. It's to make sure that veteran gets the assistance they need. And then you, as the applicant, obviously you want to see your loved one, friend, get the assistance that they need. So again, I will link in the description to UPC, CBI, any of the mental health resources that I have, so that way you guys can check them out. I hope that if anybody is in a situation to where you're calling around and nobody seems to be giving you any answers, nobody can help you with somebody who is saying suicidal things, or maybe a danger to themselves, or maybe a danger to others, hopefully this video will help. So again, I thank you. If you like what I've been saying, please like, share, subscribe. The only way these videos get around. My camera here. And yeah, please let me know. Get at me, email me, get at me on the channel, and let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to discuss, any other better resources that you guys want to know about. I'll do my best to try to get you a video on it. It's all about helping veterans. It's all about helping veterans. Like I said, for me personally, this is another way that I can just give back, along with doing Veterans 5 to 9, helping veterans night times and weekends. That's what we're all about. So again, I appreciate you tuning in. You tuned into another edition of the No Time for Talk, Just Time for Action podcast, and I hope you enjoyed what you've seen today. Thank you. Bye. God bless.